My poem is titled White Boy Privilege. Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry. I have started life at the top of a ladder while you were born on the first rung. I say now that I would change places with you in an instant, but if given the opportunity, would I? Probably not, because to be honest, being privileged is awesome. I'm not saying that you and me on different rungs of the ladder is how I want it to stay. I'm not saying that any part of me has for a moment even liked it that way. I'm just saying that I fucking love being privileged and I'm not ready to give that away. I love it because I can say fucking and not one of you is attributing that to the fact that everyone with my skin color has a dirty mouth. I love it because I don't have to spend an hour every morning putting on makeup to meet other people's standards. I love it because I can worry about what kind of food is on my plate instead of whether or not there will be food on my plate. I love it because when I see a police officer, I see someone who's on my side. To be honest, I'm scared of what it would be like if I wasn't on the top rung, if the tables were turned and I didn't have my white boy privilege safety blanket to protect me. If I lived a life lit by what I lack, not what I have, if I lived a life in which when I failed, the world would say, told you so. If I lived the life that you live. When I was born, I had a success story already written for me. You were given a pen and no paper. I've always felt that that's unfair, but I've never dared to speak up because I've been too scared. Well, now I realize that there's enough blankie to be shared. Everyone should have the privileges that I have. In fact, they should be rights instead. Everyone's story should be written, so all they have to do is get it read. Enough said.
Be opposed to asking IT if
No,
they
not
could
enough
come.
said.
Every time I moved this thing, they had another
in a
one
world
that
in which we
stopped
judge
doing
another
that.
person's character by the size of their paycheck, the color of their skin, or the type of chromosomes they have. It is embarrassing that we tell our kids that it is not their personality, but instead those same chromosomes that get to dictate what color clothes they wear, how short they must cut their hair. But
I
most of all,
checked with members of my team about whether or not any of the jurors' faces were displayed publicly at the time that I went to mute the mic. And from two sources, I have been assured that the camera did not leave Mr. Sledge and did not publish to anyone the jurors' faces.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
So would the court be opposed to reassuring the jury? I know that I wasn't looking at them, so I didn't.
I'm not going to do that out here. The deputy will let them know that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that hopefully the IT fix from last night, which messed up the juror chairs, was to move the camera that Zoom uses for the witness. And so hopefully we can use that camera from now on without it showing anybody other than the witness. And then we won't have to use this laptop, but yeah, we'll.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we know whether Mr. Sledge has had sufficient time to consult with his attorney?
Unless he's talking to him about something else. Mr. Wright came in and said that he had.
They are ready?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't know if we are, but if you do want to let them know, it is what Ms. Love relayed. Thank you. And then, yeah, they are ready. We are ready. I don't know if you heard or not. Did you find the Yeah. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Love.
Welcome back, Mr. Sledge. Have you had enough time? Your Honor, is this working?
Doesn't sound like it.
I can hear you right here.
Judge, I'm going to use my outside voice. I don't think either of you working. And
Let's try. No, mine doesn't seem to be either. What a shocker.
Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? No, no, no.
Good luck. I mean, maybe there's something going on with it, but
that perhaps when they, I don't know.
I mean, who knows what it is? And they are allegedly urgently dealing with a fix, but thus far, every fix they've tried has not been a fix. I will send yet another email.
Judge, I will do as the court instructs. What would you have me do?
I guess yell. I mean, we have supposedly a backup, but I think the only one who knows how to run the backup that didn't work a few days ago is my staff attorney, who, while not an IT person, is the best we have, but she's not here with us today. So I don't know what to say. Just speak loudly.
All right. If there is anyone to the right of me who cannot hear me, Your Honor, if they would just let the court know, I will speak even louder without bursting anyone's eardrums. Mr. Sledge, have you had enough time to speak with your attorney?
Yes.
Having spoken with your attorney, are you able now to tell the jury whether you recall looking at number 4 on page 6 of 7 on December 28th of 2022?
Yes.
Did you understand number 4?
Yes.
Do you understand number 4 today?
Yes.
What is your understanding of number 4 of the sentencing acknowledgments?
I guess it says you fail to refuse and promise to make by this eternity. If you refuse to.
Mr. Sledge, do me a favor. I don't want you to read it,
Oh.
and I need you to use as Loud a voice as you can.
It's gonna be hard.
But
If
tell the jury without reading it what your understanding of number 4 is.
my understanding for number 4 is, if you refuse about count 30 in indictment. We got to figure something out.
Can you speak up any louder?
No.
Can you hear me?
It's gonna be hard, man.
So
I'm talking loud as I can. I'm talking loud as I can.
Can y'all hear it?
If you need to move, I understand.
Use that mic. Okay?
It's not working.
No, when you were talking loudly a second.
Something's working.
I can hear the judge in his mic. When you was talking in that, I can hear you in his mic, but it not letting me. Right. Yeah.
So that everybody in the
You
court
can move if you need to. You can hear now? Okay, well.
This one. This the one I'm talking to.
Pull it down some, it moves. All right.
Yes.
Tell the jury your understanding of what the 4th portion of your sentencing acknowledgement requires.
If you fail to testify.
Testify about what?
Acknowledgement.
When you say acknowledgments, what do you mean?
By truthfully what I know, I thought. That's what my understanding.
Did you have the same attorney you referenced yesterday in court?
Yeah. Yes.
The one that you had for 15 years. Did you have him with you when you were looking at the sentencing acknowledgments that are contained in 444 Yankee?
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to go over each of them with your attorney?
I did, but it was a short time. It was kind of fast.
During that short time, were you comfortable enough expressing to your attorney things that you didn't understand?
Yeah, I did tell him certain things I didn't understand, but not every time. Not every time.
What things did you not understand that you did not talk about with your attorney?
When I signed that agreement, I just thought when I get up here, I would be able to explain my truth.
And going back to all that is in the document, do you recall raising your hand and swearing under oath to tell the truth on December 28, 2022?
Yes, I'm telling my truth, yes.
Is your truth different than just any other truth?
I guess.
And what do you mean by that?
I thought I would be able to explain an explanation of the reason of me signing the plea agreement.
Okay, let me ask you this. On December 28, 2022, did you go into a courtroom in front of a judge?
Yes.
And did you swear an oath to tell the truth of every question that was asked of you?
Yes.
At the time that you swore that oath, who all was in the courtroom with you?
I want to say you and my attorney.
Who else?
And Mr. Glanville.
All right.
I don't know the other people, the court reporter and stuff like that. I don't know they not.
Other than me, people that you recognize as being a part of my team, the judge, the court reporter, and deputies, Was there anybody else in that courtroom with you when you raised your right hand and swore to tell the truth?
No.
After raising your hand and swearing to tell the truth, were you asked about the factual acknowledgments contained in State's 444 Yankee?
Yes.
As it relates to the factual acknowledgments, did you swear under oath that each of those factual acknowledgments is true?
Not to the ones I was trying to have you to change.
So, Mr. Sledge, would you please tell the jury your truth today regarding, let's start with the numbers. And in fact, Your Honor, the state tenders pages 3 through 7 of State's Exhibit 444 Yankee.
I object to it coming into evidence, Your Honor, if it's being used just as a demonstrative and not as an
It is.
Go ahead.
I'm not using it as a demonstrative. I am tendering it as substantive evidence, as a prior inconsistent statement given the witness's testimony, and given that he seems to lack an independent recollection of certain portions of it, as a past recollection recorded and as impeachment by contradiction.
I did not hear anything that needs, does not recall. I have not heard that. And he acknowledged it. He's explaining his answer.
So some of this is certainly a prior inconsistent statement. I mean, it may be that it needs to be more narrowed down than that.
Mr. Sledge, I'm going to show you pages 3 through 7 of State's Exhibit 444 Yankee. And Your Honor, I've separated out the first two, and I'm
All
going
right.
to pass them back to this one. Mr. Sledge, would you please take a look at pages 3 through 7, and without reading out loud all of those lines, read to yourself and tell the jury what numbers you are testifying today are not true. Name all of the numbers that you're saying on 444 Yankee, pages 3 through 7, that are not true today.
You said 1 through 7?
On pages 3 through 7, sitting before you now.
Okay.
You want to just use this piece of paper?
Yeah, but I
and
thought
jot down the numbers. Just jot down the numbers of everyone that you're saying today are not true.
from my understanding, I thought we couldn't talk about 3 through 6.
Oh no, I need for you just to write down on the piece of paper in front of you Each number that today you are testifying is not true. That's all I need you to do.
So there's a part 4 that is numbers 1 through 16, and then a part 5 that's 1 through 6. So just do part 4 and then part 5.
What the judge said.
I don't see one on this one, Mr. Not on 3 through 7. That what you said? Or do I need to flip on the rest of the pages?
Mr. Sledge. Mr. Sledge.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm asking you to do?
Yeah, you said write down the ones that I'm saying not true today.
Do you understand what the judge said?
You know what? Maybe just go through it one at a time. Have him look at part 4, number 1, and say, is that true or not?
All right. Well, let's do it that way.
Okay.
You keep the
I'll
document.
give you a
Back the
pen.
pen. Thank
Okay.
you. All right. Let's start with number 1. Today is your testimony that it is true or false? And to be clear, today, your testimony today, is it true or false? Is it true or false? Number 1.
I agree with some of it, not all of it.
So is number 1 as a whole, like the whole part of number 1, is it inaccurate or accurate?
It's accurate.
Even the parts that you don't agree with, you're now saying are accurate?
I agree that it all accurate.
Why did you say that there were parts you didn't agree with?
Because I was looking at the increase of notorious street credibility.
Mr. Sledge, has anyone encouraged you to do anything other than be honest today?
No.
Okay. So would you please tell the jury whether the factual acknowledgement labeled number 1 under section 4 is true or false?
True.
All right. Number 2, is it true or false?
True.
Number 3, is it true or false?
True.
The whole thing.
I see the part where it say threat the harm. I didn't threat to harm him. I just made a statement.
So let's put it this way. If any part of either one of these, to your testimony today, if any part is inaccurate, then we're going to call it false. Okay?
But from my understanding, I thought when I signed, I'd be able to explain. But okay, you can say true.
Mr. Sledge.
Hang on. Yes. Use your mic. I think they're back for the moment.
May I object to the form of that question, please? We're just going to call it. Let the witness testify, not the state.
Your Honor, I'm framing my question in a way or manner that the witness hopefully can clearly understand. He seems to.
Okay,
I'm trying to frame.
Can we not argue?
Hang on.
I'll rephrase the question.
Thank you.
Mr. Sledge,
Yes.
for the purposes of my questions to you right now, if you disagree with any part of any one of these statements, we will call that, for the purpose of this question, false. If you agree that the entire statement is true, we will call it true. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So, understanding that, number one, is it true or false?
True.
Number two, is it true or false?
True.
Number three, is it true or false?
True.
All of it.
Yes, true.
Number four, true or false?
True.
Number five, true or false?
True.
Number six, true or false?
True.
Number seven, true or false?
False.
Number eight, true or false?
False.
Number nine, true or false?
False.
Number 10, true or false?
I could say true.
Number 11, true or false?
True.
Number 12, true or false?
True.
Number 13, true or false?
True.
Now, looking at page 5, the sentencing acknowledgments, if you today understand the whole sentence, tell me, yes, I understand. Because my question is going to be, do you understand each of these sentencing acknowledgments? Okay?
Yes.
All right. If you today do not understand any part of any particular one, then tell me, no, I do not understand today.
Right.
All right. So number 1, do you understand today, number 1?
Well, we went down to number 5 right here?
Yes,
To
sir.
number 1?
Yes, sir. Page 5 of 7.
Yes, part 5, number 1.
Yes.
And number 2, do you understand number 2? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number 3, do you understand number 3? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number 4 on page 6, do you understand number 4? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number 5, do you understand number 5? Yes or no?
Yes.
Number 6, do you understand number 6? Yes or no?
Yes.
And the paragraph underneath number 6, do you understand that paragraph? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you need time to look at it some more?
No.
All right. My next set of questions deal with your understanding on December 28, 2022. I'm going to ask you again about the statements underneath part 5, starting on page 5 of 7. Got it?
Yes.
Right. All right. So now we're talking about your understanding on December 28, 2022 with the same set of rules. If you understood all of it, please answer yes. If on December 28, 2022, you did not understand any part of it, please answer no, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
All right.
All right. Can I get some clarification? Because
Yeah.
you're saying you're asking the same thing, but
And I
for two
already
different
said-
time periods.
Thank you.
Your questions, I'm asking this a lot, that.
No.
For number 4, previously were, is it true or false?
So, Your Honor, we're not talking about number 4.
Oh, you're just asking that about number 5.
That is
Okay.
correct.
All right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. Go ahead.
So, Mr. Sledge, as it relates to part 5, beginning on page 5 of 7, and your understanding on December 28, 2022, if you understood all of it on December 28, 2022, please answer yes. If there was any part of it you didn't understand, please answer no, okay?
Yes.
All right.
I got you. I know what you're saying.
Number 1, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
No, I didn't understand though.
Number 2, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
No, I didn't understand that one either.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know I said that.
Number 3, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
No, I didn't understand that one either, Miss Lowe.
All right. Number 4, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
No, I didn't understand that one either.
Number 5, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
You just asked me about these same questions.
No, sir. I'm talking about back on December 28, 2022.
I didn't understand it.
You did not understand number 5 either?
No, ma'am.
And number 6, on December 28, 2022, did you understand it?
No, I didn't really understand that one either.
The paragraph underneath number 6, on page 6 of 7, did you understand it?
No, because I never even read this. I didn't understand.
You did not understand that paragraph?
No.
Okay. We're going to backtrack just a little bit. Would you please turn to page 5? And now, going back to the true or false answers. If any part of the factual acknowledgments I'm about to ask you about are untrue, then please answer false as it relates to today. If they are true in their entirety, please answer true as your testimony today. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Number 14 on page 507 under the section labeled factual acknowledgement. Today is your testimony that it is true or false.
Truth, I could say truth about that.
Say that again.
True.
Okay. Number 15, true or false?
True.
Number 16, true or false?
I say false, but I don't agree with everything they say in it, so
So you-
I say false.
okay. Thank you. Starting with the first factual acknowledgement you said was false. Am I correct that it was number 7 on page 407?
Yes, I told you that one was false.
Everyone before that was true. Is that right?
No, yes, I told you number 7, number 8, and number 9, and number 10 were false.
You said number 10 was false.
Yeah. Oh no, I said it was true. My bad. I had to read it over. I'm sorry.
Okay. So as it relates to number 7, is it the portion before the first comma or after the first comma that contains what you now say is false?
I say the one false by told.
Okay. So is
Yeah,
there
'cause
testimony
nobody-
that you were never told?
I was never told.
Okay. Number 8. Which part of number 8 is false?
I misunderstood that the whole thing false.
What did you misunderstand? What do you mean?
Because I didn't know it said personally. I thought when my lawyer was explaining, he said responsible. I never knew it said personally. No, because I can't personally know I wasn't there.
What do you mean when you say you thought it was responsible?
Because I was charged with it, Ms. Love. That's why I was charged with the murder. So I was thinking like.
Were you indicted for murder?
No, I never got indicted for it.
Okay.
So I was charged.
Yes.
That he be allowed to finish his
Yeah,
answers.
let him explain.
Please continue.
Yes, I was charged by the DA office.
So how does that factor into your misunderstanding about the meaning?
Because I didn't know it said defensive personally know one or more YSL member that committed the murder. I don't personally know. I wasn't there and no one never spoke it to me. So I can't say I personally know.
Okay.
If I personally knew I was there, I witnessed, I seen you do it.
Okay.
But other than that, I can't say I personally know that.
What about number 9? What part of number 9 is false? All of it or just some of it? As you testified today.
He gave YSL's associate money to lay low. And that's what it say right there.
Is it your testimony today that the portion that reads, he gave YSL Associates money to lay low, is false?
Yes, that's false.
Mr. Sledge, do you have any recollection of asking?
Well, what I would say, the word, you used the word lay low. I would have used the word to get family members out of harm's way. That's what I would have used. If I'd have gave you this, that's what I would have said. I wouldn't have said he gave us money to lay low.
Is it your testimony that you did not send those words to the state through your lawyer? Is that your testimony today?
I try to get my lawyer to change this because my words was to get out of harm's way. I don't know how I still became lay low. My words and the notes that my lawyer took down, it was to get me and my family out of harm's way because on January the 10th, I was accused of the murder. By the streets, not by your district attorney office.
Understood. All right. Thank you for clarifying all of that. At what point, Mr. Sledge, going now to the sentencing acknowledgments, starting with number 1, where you say you understand it today, but did not understand it on December 28th, 2022. What happened to cause you to understand it?
What number 1 on the first page? You
Page
lost
5
me.
of 7.
Yeah, so you lost me.
Under section 5. You want me to point it out? That one. Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
All right. Do you recall telling the jury a few minutes ago, you understand it now, but didn't understand it on December 28, 2022?
I don't understand it now because I read it.
Is that the only thing that happened between today and December 28, 2022, which caused you to understand it, where you didn't understand it on December 28, 2022?
Yeah, I didn't understand on December 28, 20, whatever day it was, because I actually didn't read it.
Okay. Did you hear it?
No, it was basically when certain things were said, I was stopping, so I don't recall this even being read to me.
Okay. What about number 2? What happened to cause you to understand it today and not understand it December 28th of 2022?
I just said it wasn't read to me,
Okay.
but I actually reading it myself, I understood now. But on the day that I signed, I don't even recall this even being there. I just initial.
Okay.
It was never read off to me.
Is that the same answer for number 3,
Yes.
4, 5, 6, and the paragraph up under number 6?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. So, going back to page 3 of 7, number 1, do you remember yesterday I asked you, how were the crimes that you committed, how did you mean for them to boost the street credibility of YSL?
The booster street credit of YSL
Yes.
brought females around, people wanting to hang.
Did it make people scared of YSL too?
No.
Is the crime that you were referring to in count 1 that drive-by shooting that you
I
committed?
thought we couldn't talk about that. The drive-by shooting.
Oh, yes, you can.
My drive-by shooting?
Your drive-by shooting?
Yes.
All right. And is it your testimony today that you committed or participated in that drive-by shooting?
Yes.
To boost the reputation of YSL to bring females around?
No, not. But what I was saying, I just don't think it was to boost the credibility. I never knew that the question even said to boost a notorious street credibility. I didn't know the question said that at the bottom. I knew about the top part.
All right.
That's why I signed to it, because I knew me and Zachary and Gunnington pleaded guilty to doing a drive-by shoot.
What about,
Okay. Disregard that anybody other
Oh,
than Mr.
said-
Sledge may have pled guilty to anything about this crime.
Right.
and I did admonish him of that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Not today. Probably yesterday, not today.
Number 3, as it relates to you only. How did threatening to harm Shell Kale count as you're acting on behalf of YSL? What did it do for YSL when you threatened to harm Shell Kale?
It didn't do nothing because me and Shell Kale seen each other 1,000 times and it never happened. So it didn't do nothing.
Because who in Shell Kale?
I said, me and Shell Kale seen each other, me and him, seen each other 1,000 times and nothing never happened. So I don't.
You acknowledge within that statement that on behalf of YSL, you threatened to harm a person named Kale?
I never said I threatened. I said if he was looking for me, I had something for him.
All right. Do you remember earlier when you were reading section 3 of part 4 on page 3 that I asked you if any part of it was false to tell me today, if you count it as false, to label it false?
I probably couldn't hear you. Probably couldn't hear you as clear, but I know for a fact, like, you, in the video, I never threatened him. I just said if he was looking for me.
Okay. So is it,
Well, that part,
Testimony
I say
that-
that part down there is false.
okay, so we're going to label that as false, number 3.
Okay.
All right. Number 4, is there any part of number 4 that is false?
Yeah, the date, that's all I could see.
Okay. Other than the date, is there any part of number 4 that is false? Read it carefully.
Yeah, and I would say the video part.
So without talking about what part, just if there is any part that is false, please just tell me false.
See, I didn't even know how to say this. Yeah, that's false too.
Mr. Sledge, did you read earlier when I was going over them? Did you read each of these?
I didn't read that part. I missed out on that. On the video part at the bottom.
Number 5. How many sentences is in number 5? Is there only one sentence?
No, it say.
No, without reading it. Is there more than one sentence in number 5?
Yes.
There's more than one sentence.
No, it's one complete sentence.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now, did you read that one complete sentence a moment ago when I asked you about number 5 under section 4?
No, I didn't read it completely. I didn't read it and understand it at first, but now I do.
So with your new understanding,
It'll be false.
number 6. Read it, please. Fully.
Defense admitted.
No, not allowed. Not allowed.
I thought you
Yourself,
said
my
read it.
apologies. My apologies.
I see what it say down there, but
Is any part of number 6, false. Because if it is, I would like for you to say false.
False.
All right. Now, do I have it correct that your testimony today is that number 3 is not entirely true?
Yes.
Number 4 is not entirely true?
Yes.
Number 5 is not entirely true?
Yes.
Number 6 is not entirely true?
Yes.
Number 7 is not entirely true?
Yeah, number 7 is not true.
Number 8 is not entirely true?
Not true.
Number 9 is not entirely true?
Not true.
And number 16 is not entirely true.
You said 16?
Yes, sir, on page 5 of 7 at the top. Number 16.
Yes, not true.
Okay, all right.
But you remember I explained to you about number 7, 8, 9. I try to get you the 10. I try to get you I say 7, 8, and 9. I try to get you to change at the time and you wouldn't change.
Okay. That's your testimony. All right. So, of all of the factual acknowledgments contained in section 4, from 1 to 16, is it your testimony today that the only ones that are true fully are number 1, number 2, number 10?
That was a misstatement of the testimony.
Then Your Honor, that was a question that he can correct if I have it wrong.
Overruled.
Okay. I'll start over. Is it your testimony today that of all the factual acknowledgments in section 4 from 1 to 16, the only ones that are true in their entirety are number 1, number 2, number 10, number 11, number 12, number 13, number 14, and number 15?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to carefully read those to ensure that I've accurately stated what your testimony is?
Yes.
All right. So, if number 1 is true in its entirety, how were the crimes you committed intended to benefit YSL?
What you talking about? What, a hand signals?
No, sir.
Oh.
No, sir. You said that it was true in its entirety, didn't you?
Yes.
Number 1?
Yes.
So I'm talking about the part about committing crimes to benefit YSL. How have the crimes that you've committed how did you intend that they benefit YSL?
I guess to the street credibility.
What does that mean?
Street credibility.
What do you mean? You guessed.
I guess people notice YSL.
Notice what about YSL?
We'll handle our business, I guess.
What now?
We'll do what we got to do.
What does that mean?
Stand up for yourself.
Okay. Stand up for yourself how?
Defend yourself.
And what does that consist of for you? What did that consist of?
I don't get what you're asking.
What did you mean when you said defend yourself?
Oh, defend myself from anybody in the world.
How did you defend yourself to show that nobody should mess with YSL? What ways did you do that? Is that a fair question?
I committed a drive-by shooting.
To show you don't mess with YSL.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Was that drive-by shooting against a rival gang member?
It don't say that in that question.
I'm asking you.
I didn't consider it as a rival gang member at the time.
So how was that drive-by shooting going to show anybody that you don't mess with YSL?
Because they jumped on Gunnington.
Oh, okay.
All right, Evan, and we're going to need to break early for lunch
Right.
today to accommodate an issue with one of the jurors. So I don't know if I let y'all know that before, but we're going to break right now. Okay. And we will break for, let's see. Let's come back at 12:45. All right, unless there's anything anybody needs to put on the record, I'll see everybody back at 12:45.